Hey everyone, thanks for checking out my videos. I just released how to upgrade the motors on the ZD Racing Thunder Series 110, and I actually have an unboxing video of the ZTX-10 9104, I believe it is, which is this guy. I ordered it in a kit. Probably one of the best values in my opinion if you have your own electronics laying around. So I'm gonna go over a breakdown, have this assembled. So I definitely recommend the unboxing video so you can see how the chassis comes in the box. The front end, rear end do come separate from the chassis, and you do install everything on top of it. You do need to provide your own motor, ESC, servo, receiver, and transmitter. Otherwise, everything else is included: oil-filled shocks, metal caps, plastic bodies. So the setup I went with for the time being is the 3660 3300 kV motor, which is the largest that you can fit into the chassis without having to shave or Dremel it, without having to modify it to fit anything larger. Initially I wanted to stick a 3670 or a 3674 in there, but because of that plastic rib and not wanting to shave it at the moment, I decided to stick this guy in here. And because of that, I went ahead and did the upgrade to my ZD Racing SC-10. So this is the video, the one I did the video on how to access the motor, and you can see I did upgrade the motor 3670 from a 3650. I went to a 120 amp ESC that can support up to a 4S LiPo battery. And then I also went ahead and upgraded the steering servo to a faster, stronger 20 kg KS 3518 servo. Those are awesome. They're about maybe $10 to $15. Probably one of the best value servos you can get. And so I took the stock servo from here and I installed it on the ZTX kit. One thing that I noticed is I initially thought they would be pretty much the same chassis, but the SC-10 chassis itself is a little bit longer, which is why it can accommodate a 3670/74 motor. There were a couple components that I felt like this is the higher end model. You can see these metal adjustable steering and what's it called? Steering arm linkages and suspension arm linkages upper. On this ZTX 9104, you'll notice that they're plastic, non-adjustable. Not a bad thing, because I think in a crash these will pop off instead of snap, and that could be a good thing. Plastic will bend before it snaps, and it will bend back in place, so that's the hopes behind this. Other than that, the top support brace, the drive shaft, receiver box are essentially the same. And I think if you got the ready to run version of this, it does come with the same stock electronics as this. The 3650 brushless motor, this generic ZD Racing servo. So what I did pair this to was, this is the Dumbo RC transmitter receiver that I pulled out of my second SC-10 that I converted to a rear wheel drive. It's the blue and silver one. If you get a chance, check out those videos. But I did convert that one to a rear wheel drive. I did put a Dumbo RC gyro receiver in there, so I got to repurpose the transmitter from there, from the stock one, and put it in here. So Dumbo RCs have great range. You can pair one transmitter to multiple receivers, but they do not have memory, so you'll just have to reset your trim each time. But aside from this, here is my assembled ZTX-10 9104 kit. I did pick it up from Banggood when they were having the 20% coupon, so I got this under $80. I think it was $78, and I think right now it's listed for 94. And again, if you have your own spare electronics laying around, I think this is an excellent kit to put together, as it's partial assembly, as the diffs do come assembled, and it's just really slapping on the major components, which is a good intro to getting started in building an RC yourself. I will say that there are no clear instructions. Something to note that you'll see in the how-to video here is that these screws are the finely threaded screws as they go into metal. These are plastic coarse threads. So I think you'll have to figure out where most of the screws go. And I'm sorry I didn't do a how-to video on this, but I will say it's fairly friendly for a RC kit. So again, just wanted to give a shot of my finished ZTX-10 kit and a comparison to the ZD Racing Thunder SC-10. So here's another shot. Again, very similar, but there are little differences. Again, the Thunder SC-10, or pay attention to the line. I guess this is a simplified version of that 110 series, but you'll notice major differences being the arm linkages, the chassis length overall, yeah, so I'll give you a closer look. You guys might be able to spot out more differences that I could, or that I may have left out, but you can see both of them have the stabilizer sway bars. Here's this one, and also on the front. Of course, this is a truggy. This is a short course truck, so no bumpers on the truggy. But everything else looks very similar, including the bulkheads and the top brace, like I mentioned. But anyways, thanks for watching, and let me know if you have any questions about these. And again, I did upgrade this short course truck, SC-10 Thunder. So 120 amp ESC, better steering, 2870, and so this is the one I kept as a 4-wheel drive, and my rear wheel drive does have the stock setup, which I can give you a shot. Here is the stock 45 amp ESC that I will repurpose, and this is a 3650. I think it's a 3000 kV brushless motor, so you can see the size difference between the 3660, and then here's the size difference between the 3670. So excited to get these things running on the new setup and for the first time. I do have my budget brushless ESC in here. If this one does not hold up, I do have a 60 amp ESC similar to these guys, and if that 60 is not enough, then I will throw in a 120 just like this, because I know that this definitely has a much higher output than this claimed 120 amp ESC. So again, thanks for watching. Both ZD Racing Thunders, ZTX-10 9104 kit, SC-10 short course truck ready to run. Upgrade.